There was nothing down here saying it's a restricted area.
What do you want?
I was taking some pictures and stuff. I'm making a little video of the area. Local force. That sort of stuff.
Purpose?
Pardon?
For what purpose?
Public interest.
To go where?
Pardon?
To go where?
Well, for public.
You're quite clearly filming us at the moment.
Yes, yeah. I film any interaction. Have you two police officers, are you?
Yes.
Have you got your warrant cards with you there, since you're not in uniform?
Why do I need to...
Pardon?
I'm walking out of a police building, aren't I? So
Yeah, but you're obviously doing a stop and account with me, so I'd like... Well, you are. You're asking what I'm doing, which is, by definition, a stop and account. You're asking what I'm doing in an area. That's a stop and account. So if you're engaging in a policing activity, I'd like to know your warrant card, otherwise I'm just going to disengage from you and carry on with my business.
Okay.
All right then. All right, refusal to identify. So I'm just going to get your picture so I can report you to your chief constable.
Okay.
Cool.
This incident represents a clear breach of the College of Policing's Code of Ethics. The standard is unambiguous. When officers engage with members of the public in the course of their duties, they must provide their name and collar number. This is not optional, nor is it a matter of courtesy. It is a foundational requirement designed to guarantee openness, accountability, and public trust. Without proper identification, members of the public have no reliable way to know who they are dealing with, or how to hold an officer accountable if misconduct occurs. Transparency isn't an inconvenience to policing. It's essential to its legitimacy.
Yeah, we're going to...
That's, as you see, taking some pictures of your cars and out there.
Oh, okay.
That's all. Yeah. And you are, sorry?
Police officer.
And your collar number?
Are you an auditor, or are you...
And your collar number, please?
I have to give you my collar number. It's my identification just on my shoulder there.
And then if I can't read, it's not your policy to identify for members of the public?
I don't need to.
No, it's not identified.
When asked to identify himself, the officer claimed that simply pointing to his collar number was sufficient and that no further explanation was required. But that position doesn't hold up. If the number is small, obscured, poorly lit, or not visible from the person's position, the gesture is meaningless. Officers are expected to clearly confirm their identity, verbally and unambiguously. Verbal identification isn't a mere formality, it's a safeguard. It promotes transparency, reassures the public, and provides the information necessary to question conduct or pursue a complaint if something goes wrong. Without clear identification, accountability breaks down.
Just cause issues, or you just have to
No,
try?
I'm just here to take pictures and that's all. As I said, I just noticed as I was walking down to take pictures, your colleague's window was open, I could see the screen, made them aware of it.
Okay, have they sorted that?
Yeah, they closed the window,
Okay.
fine. Yeah, it's so simple as that.
Cool. Okay, we're not here to cause you a problem. I'm sure you're not here to cause a problem. We're just,
You know, your colleagues not in uniform refuse to identify while engaging in a policing activity. Not fantastic, is it? It's against policy, you are required to identify. You're engaging in a stop and account, you are required to identify, because if I have any complaints, how am I supposed to make that complaint if you haven't kept yourself to the accountability standards that the force requires? So, you know, again, you refuse to identify properly because, again, you don't know that I can read, so you're refusing to identify properly. Yes, you're in uniform, but again, if I want to make a complaint against you,
you can give the time and date and where the location where you are. My body cam's recording, so it can all be. How
come it's taken you this long to let me know that your body cam's recording?
I'm talking.
And is it the policy not to, at the first most practical opportunity to allow that?
That was the most practical time to inform you.
Was it? So, because you come in and gone hands-on with me?
I haven't gone hands-on.
Exactly, so why is not the first thing that you say, good afternoon or morning?
What you're doing, because that's the first question I asked you, and then we've had a conversation, and now I've told you.
But the first most practical opportunity is to say, good, by the way, you are being recorded.
Okay.
Otherwise, you could be covertly recording me under the Regulations of Investigatory Powers Act.
And the officer finally acknowledged that he was recording. He attempted to excuse it by claiming there hadn't been a practical opportunity to say so earlier. That explanation doesn't withstand scrutiny. The interaction was calm and measured from the outset. No urgency, no confrontation, no distractions. There was nothing preventing a simple, immediate disclosure. I'm recording. This wasn't a matter of timing. It was a matter of attitude. Failing to make that disclosure reflects a disregard for both policy and public accountability, and it sends the wrong message that clear rules are somehow optional when they are not.
But that's not happening, so don't worry about that.
It could, because it took you X amount of time to alert me when there was plenty. The only situation where it's not practicable at the first opportunity is if you're going into a hands-on situation. Any other time, there is no reason, and this has been dealt with in the tribunal by the tribunal that deals with the Reaper Act, that the first most practical opportunity is when you approach somebody. If you have your camera on or you
Okay.
turn it on, if you approach with your camera on, you should alert them when you approach, unless you're going hands-on. If you turn it on whilst engaging in a conversation, you should turn it on, and then once it's recording, so it's stated on the camera, by the way, you are being recorded for my safety and your safety, blah, blah, blah. You have the right to do it, same way that I have the right to do it. It's not a problem. It's the notification that's the problem.
Okay.
You know.
So I've notified you at a time that I think is practical, so I've done that, so it's fine.
Okay, you can justify that to a tribunal. It's fine, no worries.
So what are you
So you're going to try to identify yourself properly yet?
No, I'm happy.
You're happy, yeah?
Yeah.
Would you like to identify yourself, or would you like a complaint as well, sir?
So can I ask you a question? Before my
I-
colleague steps in, just can I? So my name is PC2376.
Thank you, so that's how it's done, thank you.
My colleague here was obviously made aware that the window was open.
Yeah.
And he's got concerns because of data protection and that you might have recorded something on your phone from the screens.
If there is anything, I'm not sure if there is or not. If anything is captured on there, that will be evidence for me to report that to the Information Commissioner's office, because obviously the onus of data protection is on the organisation, not on whoever sees that
You don't expect
information.
someone to stick their head through the window.
I didn't stick my head through it. I didn't stick.
At this stage, another officer attempts to shift responsibility onto the auditor, arguing that he shouldn't have been leaning toward a window or filming exposed information. But the legal position is clear. Under the Data Protection Act, the duty to protect personal or sensitive data rests entirely with the organization that controls it, not with a member of the public who can lawfully see it. If confidential material is visible from a public area, that constitutes a data breach. Full stop. The fault does not lie with the camera. It lies with the police for failing to properly secure their information systems.
I saw it
just
from
want to
a
make sure
public
because
place.
somebody else's information, this is a secure site. Well,
I understand that.
it's not as secure as we'd like.
Well, no,
it to
exactly.
be.
It's not secure at all, is it? Really?
No. We are trying to work on that, but unfortunately, you have to deal with what you've got to that.
Even a bit of signage saying no unauthorised access beyond this point would go a long way, because I do respect signs like that.
No,
you know.
okay. I will take
I did have a look around, and there is
I will
nothing
genuinely
there.
take that to the senior leadership team, because
Fantastic.
I think that is fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are trying to redo everything. Yeah,
Okay.
Financially, we have to wait until the
That's
budget.
right, it's quite a
and
small
everything,
town,
and
isn't it? Lower
exactly,
priority.
you know
Yeah,
what
I
mean?
get it. Yeah.
We get shoved right to the bottom type
Yeah.
of thing. We're right on the borders,
Yeah.
between different forces and that. So it is totally. I understand where you're coming from, and I'll pass it on to the senior leadership
Thank
team.
you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I've just got concerns about the data protection that's on that video. Do you know what I mean? Because that's somebody else's private stuff and that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we obviously learn from things like that. So you've pointed it out. They've closed the window. It is
Fantastic.
really hot in there. We've got no air
Again,
conditioning.
I completely understand that,
You know
but
what I
obviously
mean?
data protection takes priority over that, unfortunately. You can get a fan in there, and I understand, I've worked in many various
That's what I'm
locations
more
where health and
concerned
safety
about,
data protection
what's
takes
being
priority
recorded.
over
Does
that.
that go live? Is that a live?
I'm not live streaming, no.
If there is something, would you delete that?
Not necessarily delete it, but I would make it anonymous. I would blur it out if there is anything, if I were to post it anywhere.
Yeah, but
absolutely.
it's not their fault. You know what I mean?
No, of course. I've raised the issue. I've raised the issue of data protection, and obviously I
Absolutely.
raised it as an issue because I do see it as an issue.
No,
I'm not going to go share that information. That would be very hypocritical of me, wouldn't it?
absolutely, absolutely.
So if there is anything captured on the camera, it won't be made available to the public. It will be forwarded to the ICO.
That's fine. Yeah. Can I take your details?
No,
Can
I'm okay,
I
thank
take
you.
your name?
No, I'm alright,
Just
thank you.
first name, so I know who I'm speaking to.
No, I'm alright, thank you.
So you've got my calling number, but I can't take yours.
Yeah, but as a Crown servant, obviously you have issues of accountability when dealing with members of the public, and that's
I'm just
why.
being
And that's why.
polite
Yeah, I
asking
know.
your first name.
I know.
I don't even know
I know.
anything
But then
else, so
obviously
I know
that coupled with my image, which obviously he's notified me he's recording.
Yeah, obviously we do that because I'm open and honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We record things so that you can see what we do.
Yeah.
And we can
Absolutely,
see,
I
you know
completely
what I mean?
agree
So-
with the use of body cameras.
because
Completely.
That's the thing is I
Yeah,
can't hide saying, oh no, I didn't say this to this man, or this man didn't say anything.
No,
to me.
exactly the same
That
reason why
is
I record
why.
any interaction I have with you as
Yeah,
well.
that's why we record everything. I have to protect my back with the
Of
amount
course.
people have said we do things.
Of
and
course.
we don't.
Yeah.
You know,
but with your collar number and that, obviously you're bound. You have to identify. You did it correctly
you can see,
verbally
I mean,
because you
when
can't
you film,
guarantee
there's
that
my
I
collar
can
number
read.
there, you know what I mean?
But you
You
have to wear that for
can see.
accountability reasons. That's why I'm entitled to have that, because you're dealing with a member of the public in a
Absolutely.
stop and account situation. Accountability, you have to identify yourself for that exact reason, which he doesn't seem to understand. And sorry, we got interrupted. Would you like the opportunity to identify?
4988 PC Biffin.
Sorry, what was-
PC Biffin.
and your collar number, please?
4988.
4988. There you go. Thank you. Would you like another opportunity?
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
No, you're fine. Okay, so you're just going to be an absolute idiot.
What makes this even more telling is that the other officers at the scene had no issue identifying themselves. They provided their names and collar numbers when asked, professional, straightforward, and without hesitation. But this one officer, faced with the same request, chose a different path. Rather than demonstrating accountability, he doubled down and became dismissive, as though the standards simply didn't apply to him. That kind of behavior where ego overrides responsibility, erodes the very foundation of public trust in police.
And you know, we have to rely
Yes,
on
but
that.
you have a collar number for the specific reason, as we've just heard us discuss, for accountability reasons. You're making a very large assumption I have the ability to read that my eyesight is good enough to read that.
These two officers are identified, and if you do
Yep.
need my details, they can be.
Okay, it's still, that's still, again, that's not your policy,
Okay,
so that's fine. I'll make a complaint to your
Okay,
chief
not a
constable,
problem
that's
at all.
not a problem.
Not a problem
Actually, I'll
at all.
probably go straight through the IOPC, because otherwise it goes to your local PSD and gets kicked down and disregarded.
That's not a problem
Yeah,
at all. If you
no
do
worries.
that, that's absolutely
Okay,
fine.
nice picture of your face as well, so I can just make sure that goes to the right person.
Yeah, no problem.
Is there anything else I
Lovely.
can help you with today, sir?
No, as I said, you know, obviously, I've made the issue of that window, and I've made that aware.
Which I'm literally going to go speak to.
Moments like these highlight something important. It's not always the dramatic incidents that matter most. It's the routine interactions, the everyday decisions where professionalism is either upheld or quietly ignored. When officers dismiss basic obligations, deflect responsibility, or treat clear rules as optional, that's where trust begins to erode. Accountability isn't measured only by how police respond to major events. It's judged by whether they follow the rules consistently, even when the situation feels minor. That consistency is the real test of integrity. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on this one, so let me know in the comments. And if you value these kinds of breakdowns, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.